y'all tomorrow.
All right.
Have a great day.
You too.
Mo, when you look, how much did you know about the history of CSU football when you got here? And were you aware of like Adrian Ross, Joey Porter, Sean Moran, the guys that you're passing nowadays?
Yeah, I mean, I knew about them. I am from the East Coast, so I actually had to come here and do my history. But once I got in the groove on, I'm like, wow, these guys are like titans, you know. We have a beautiful stadium with all of those guys, you know, face planted on every wall. So, you know, sometimes you just got to look and understand the history of CSU, and it's been greatness for a long time.
At least one sack in every game. How hard is it to keep a streak like that going?
Well, I'm not, you know, that's not what I'm looking for, you know what I mean? That's just what I do. You know, I know that, like, you know, we discussed, I know that a lot of teams are going to throw a lot of things at me. A guard, a center, a tight end, you know what I mean? But when it's one-on-one, I have to win. So that's all I'm worried about. When it's one-on-one, I have to win.
And he does.
Chase, what changed for you guys in the second half defensively?
I think we came out a little bit slow. And then, you know, the rain delays weren't, you know, it was adversity that we had to deal with. But I think it did give us a moment to kind of regroup through those, come back together and play our style of football, because we didn't really feel like ourselves in the first half. And we came out and we said, you know, all we got to do is our job and execute, and we're going to be just fine. That's exactly what we did. So,
Where do you kind of evaluate or place your defense right now through 4 games, kind of where you're at defensively?
I still don't think we played a complete game yet, so I'm extremely excited to see what that looks like, you know. But I think we're making strides every week, but there's also things, you know, there's always things we got to clean up, and there's always things we can be better at.
What does it say about this team's resilience that 2 weeks in a row don't necessarily have your A game in the first half, but you pull it out? And do you feel like the Rams could have won these types of games maybe last year?
I'll say no, just because we had a lot going on, a lot of things that was going on that wasn't in our favor, and I think we still have a lot going on. But this team is battle tested. This is our second year in a row that we stayed together, so we know that a lot of things are gonna be thrown at us, refs, you know, weather, anything, everything's gonna be thrown at us. But hopefully, like, we love each other a lot more this year, and I tell the guys all the time, love but only gets us but so far. So we have to go out there and play.
What do you guys do during those delays? Like, you know, it's not like halftime where you know exactly how long it is or anything. Like,
I mean, the 2 delays we had, we was basically learning from it. So we was discussing the game. So it wasn't
kind of like a halftime.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it wasn't like,
It's
we
players
just sitting there BSing. You know what I mean? Like, we was trying to figure out how to get better. And I think that's what our defense is always trying to get better, always understanding, like, okay, if this happens, we can go as a defensive lineman. I can go and talk to the safeties and the corners and the linebackers, and nobody's gonna feel like stay in your job. Like, we're all together. You know what I mean? And if I'm not doing something right, you know, even though this is my little bruh, he can come up to me and he can say whatever he needs to say, and I will never take it personal. You know what I mean? And that's just the type of people we have on our defense.
Chase, when you think about it, you haven't been perfect the last 2 weeks, but you've been victorious. How important is that feeling, that vibe going into conference play?
Extremely important, and it's encouraging. You know, we talk about being resilient. There's no doubt that, you know, like Mo said, we're a battle-tested team. We're a resilient team. But how great can we be if we don't come out slow these, you know, last 2 games? So, yeah.
When you guys are standing on the sidelines, you guys kind of marvel at the yardage that Torrey is putting up, that Dallin's putting up. I don't know how much, I'm sure you guys are talking on the sidelines, but how much do you get to watch and just go, that's not bad?
I mean, to be honest, most of the time, like, we're constantly just trying to figure out what we need to adjust and stuff like that. But there's a couple times, it'd be 3rd down, they make a play. Yeah. Like, wow, he's actually good. so I mean, like, but they do it in practice all the time. So it's just like, you know, it's regular. Yeah. You know what I mean? So.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.